Hello everyone, Canon Loa here, back with more World of Tanks Classic, and looking through the store, you can get a bunch of different premiums, which I knew nothing about when I first started, and I was wondering how people were getting, like, Panzer IIJs and stuff, but they're in the store. Even the old Type 59 is in there, if they give us enough gold for us to get it, that is. And I bought the old Panzer 38H, and the reason why I did that was because my dad has this on his account, and I never got it because I figured, well, I never really play low tiers, and the 38H definitely isn't as good as it used to be, I don't think. But one thing, I played one game in it, and as you can see here, these are the stats of it that I got, and I played Malinovka, and I pretty much just rushed the side of the field. And I got a steel wall, a scout, and an invader medal, and I only took 40 damage throughout that entire game, which it was probably from high explosive or something anyway. And it was just the most unbelievable feeling of invincibility. I mean, I don't... for me playing the Panzer IIJ on the live server, everyone claims of how overpowered it is, even though that I kind of find it to be one of the most useless tanks in the game. I don't even get that feeling with the Panzer IIJ on the live server as I did playing this 38H in this old version. It was just unbelievable. So, looking over the stats, it's pretty much identical to the current one, except I think they definitely nerfed its view range, and I think the turret turns slower on the live server as well. But yeah, I got 1900 experience for my double. Not very much credits, but oh well. But I was looking at its stats, and it has 380 view range. Now, on the live server, there, like the IS-3, for an example, tier 8 Russian heavy tank only has like 350 meter view range. So, or there are tier 10 light tanks on the live server that only have 390 meter view range. So imagine a tier 2 with all-around armor of 40 millimeters, and most guns have less than 40 millimeters of penetration at this time. Even its own gun doesn't even really have good enough penetration to hit itself. And 380, and then I add coated optics and ventilation to that. So this is just unbelievably crazy. I mean, the T-18 with its derp gun, which I will hopefully do a video on for itself, has 10 more millimeters of armor, so it's even more tanky. But this thing has all-around armor, so let's do a live game of it. Oh yes, yes, Himmelsdorf. So pretty much the thing is that unless people use gold on you, you are pretty much invincible, and that is why people called this thing the Micro Mouse. These days, it's not as special because you can buy the Hotchkiss H-35, which is essentially the same tank in the French tech tree, but also the lower tier guns tend to have enough penetration now to penetrate it.
Let's get this show on the road.
So let's move out. Our H-38H here. It kind of has ridiculous, the ping is just really messing with me because it takes like 2 seconds for my input to actually go into the game. Like me turning, that's like 2 seconds after I press the D key. It wasn't this bad early today, so we'll see. So what I'm gonna do, just angle a little bit here. And I'm pretty sure with that lag, is definitely contributing to me missing so much. So against tier 1 tanks like this T1 Cunningham,
Critical hit. Enemy brewed up.
they pretty much can't hit you at all. Unless they decide to fire premium rounds.
Enemy is hit. He's gone. Find another target.
The MS-1 actually does have enough penetration with its Top Gun to penetrate you. But since I'm angling, it definitely makes it more difficult. Yeah, the unfortunate thing is that I should have recorded my last game, but I didn't. But I was still uploading that video that I was uploading during the IS gameplay. And so I was having way more lag than this.
Punched right through their armor. One of our tracks is damaged. Critical hit.
Huh. That is really interesting. It looks like if you hit exactly where the gun is, the gun maplet, it's actually weaker there, which is really bizarre.
We've hit them hard. We didn't even scratch them. We've got them.
But yeah, the Panzer 38H, it has a hard time penetrating itself, except for, I don't know why this is, but the gun mantlet seems to be much weaker than everything else on the tank. It kind of reminds me of the armored French heavy tanks, the AMX Emily 54.
We've just dinged him. That one didn't go through. One of our tracks is damaged. Got him.
This thing does have weak points, though, if you're willing to aim at them. Like the hatch in the front that I was aiming at, it said it was a green penetration, so it's definitely not invincible, as people might expect it to be. So yeah, even though that this isn't like a crazy showcase of how powerful this tank is, I really wish that I had not been uploading a video on when I was playing this the first game to showcase how powerful this thing was. And I got 5 kills, and getting a steel wall in a tier 2 vehicle is extremely difficult because of you need 1,000 potential damage received, I think, unless that isn't the case in the old school version. But yeah, I mean, this game, I mean, it was, I feel like it was good enough. I mean, maybe I'll record another one of the power of the micro mouse. So since I can convert experience by a better than average conversion rate, and since everything costs less XP, I'm gonna convert that. So, with 14,000 experience, I might skip the IS-3 and go straight to the IS-4, just because the IS-3 is pretty much the same as the live server version. I think They buffed the turret armor on the live version, but the view range is less. Like, everything has more view range on this version. But besides that, like, the rate of fire is better, the accuracy is better, the aiming time is better for pretty much everything. But that's, like, the only major changes I saw. Like, the mobility is pretty much the same and everything. So I might just skip the IS-3 and go straight to the IS-4 that way. But yeah, with that was the Micro Mouse facing off against itself and some Tier 1 vehicles. It is definitely really, really fun for a Tier 2 to play. But yeah, with that, thank you very much for watching and have a wonderful day.